Here we go. Welcome to another edition of Live Out Loud Podcast. I'm Scott.
I'm Gary.
And we are here today. Gary's got a head cold.
I have a little bit of a head cold.
And anyway,
I'm wearing my mask so Scott doesn't have my head cold. I know it's a head cold. It's not COVID.
Oh, wow. We got people jumping in already. We got Karen from Crazy Bad Costumes coming in.
Hello, Karen.
And hey, Karen, we've got David coming in already. David, how are you? And Karen's with us already. She says, hi, guys. She says hugs. So good. And Janet's with us. Hi, guys. You guys are like right on the ball. You guys were ready for the show before we were. Gary actually showed up at the studio early. We didn't know what to do.
Yeah, and I'm basically ready with my computer.
Yeah, but now you got to screw with your phone, don't you?
No, I'm not even going to touch my phone. Don't need my phone.
Wow.
Don't need my phone.
Wow.
Tammy says hi. She's on. Hey, Tammy, I've got a list of things since it's couples therapy today. I got a list of things on why we don't need it and why I love you so much.
This is not couples therapy for you and Tammy.
It's for you and me.
Yes.
But I figure we can use this as an example. But of course,
Teresa's watching. Diane's watching. Geez, everybody out there. My friend Cyril is watching. Hey, Cyril, how are you?
Hi, Diane.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Terry is out there.
Therese.
Wow.
Terry.
Wow, you guys are just kind of jumping out there. So let's get a few business things out of the way.
Why do you have that and why don't I?
Because you're not on the admin, but I can add you to the admin now because our system now will allow me to allow you to have allowing what I have.
Hey, David. All right.
You will have what I have, and you'll be able to see all of these things that I'm seeing now. But we got to set it up, and we'll do that before the next show. So let's
the next show. No, do it right now.
We're not doing it right now. People are watching
this.
They don't want to see me do tech work.
Okay.
This is why Gary and I.
Lisa Burns is on.
How long have we been friends?
Hi, Lisa. About 4 years.
4 years.
About 4 years.
And we haven't had therapy together yet. That's why we're doing it today.
That's right. We need it, folks.
There are some
he keeps cutting his hair.
I did cut my hair. All right. I said I wasn't going to do it, but I had to cut my hair. It was getting kind of long and straggly, and I didn't like it.
That's the biggest bunch of bullshit.
Here's the biggest reason.
Uh-huh.
Because I did not want to redesign our logo.
That is the other biggest bunch.
Our
of
logo
bullshit.
is awesome.
Hi, Wendy.
Our logo is awesome. It looks like me and Little Bo Peep, and I don't want to change that logo.
Yeah, no, that doesn't fit with me. Doesn't fly. Doesn't fly. His hair was starting to look good. It was coming.
Okay, Lisa.
Tell him, folks. Tell him his hair was starting to look good. Lisa Burns.
She's saying, Gary, you rock. Miss you. Lisa, I rock too.
Friend.
If you just want to know,
high school
in
friend.
case you want to know.
Yeah, but he cuts his hair, so he turns into a.
I had to. Wendy Wood is out there saying hello, Gary.
What a voice on Wendy Wood.
And Karen says, no, long hair is sexy on me. Thank you. But I just, you know what? I couldn't do it. I got to go out and do trainings and stuff. I'm not like on stage with Gary being a rock star. I've got to be in trainings and do stuff. And it's like, if I start sweaty, it gets kind of like, just kind of nasty looking.
You grow your hair longer and people will say, oh, listen to this guy. He's not a geek.
This is not a geek haircut.
Okay.
This is not a geek haircut. This is a middle-aged guy haircut.
You know why I get along so good with my clients? Because they see me as an individual. They see me as someone who looks cool because his hair is long.
No, I like that on you.
Uh-huh.
But I've got the beard.
So what?
People remember me for the beard because I've got a full beard. It's not like patchy. I don't look like Lon Chaney halfway through the Wolfman change. I mean, I got the full beard. If I let this beard grow, it'll grow all the way down to my belly button, like down my neck and across my chest, and it'll grow all the way up to my eyeballs. I mean, I could be like Cousin It with just my beard.
Or ZZ Top.
Or ZZ, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but
Scott Jonas is out there.
That's my cousin, my cousin. I love my cousin, Scott. Scott has learned how to play guitar now, and he's doing quite well.
Scott Jonas has learned how to play guitar. Excellent.
Scott Jonas has learned
you
how
had
to play
talked
guitar.
about that, and I'm glad you're doing it. He's doing a good job.
Oh, he's doing. He's getting much better. He sends me these videos. I haven't been able to see him in the last 2 weeks. I've been crazy busy, but
I gotta know, was the first song What is the first guitar song everybody learns? It's they don't even
Smoke
use
on
real
the
chords.
water.
Yeah, they don't even use real chords.
Smoke
They
on the
just put
water,
their
baby.
fingers on there and go bow, bow, bow,
Yep.
bow, 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 bow. Smoke on the Water, very first guitar song.
Was that the first guitar song you ever played?
No, amazingly not. That was like my second. My first one was Brother Love's Traveling Salvation Show from Neil Diamond.
Oh, you are a major Neil Diamond nut, man.
I'm a fan. I'm a Beatles fan. I'm a Neil Diamond
That's
fan.
good. Neil Diamond is a genius.
fan. I'm a fan. And okay, definitely. Let's mention Karen wants to invite everybody over to Crazy About Costumes. So please get over there.
Go over to Crazy About Costumes.
You know when's the right time for a costume, Gary?
Somebody loves your beard. Any day,
Anytime.
Karen. Anytime is good for a costume.
My mom says she loves your hair too.
Oh, good. Thank you, Sandy.
Nice
Tom
dude.
Palapoli is on with us right now, and he is.
Oh, Cyril loves my beard. Thank you, Cyril. Appreciate it.
Tom Palapoli is a brother of mine. I love Tom. He was the bass player of Pearl.
Okay.
Yeah, and he is a remarkably talented young man.
Pearl was your first real band, like real
Pearl was,
organized band.
Pearl was the band.
Yeah,
Pearl was the band.
So how old were you when you were doing that?
16.
Oh, okay.
We came in third in the state. Remember that, Tom?
Third in the state in what?
Third in the state in
felonies?
No, as a rock band. There was a She 7-Eleven rock contest. The winner, I told you about this. The winner goes on the midnight special.
That's right. Okay.
Yep.
You came
we came in third place.
Excellent. How many bands were in it? 4? I'm kidding.
About 600 there, buddy.
Really?
And we were 16 years old. Tommy was 15.
What kind of music were you doing?
We did Queen. We did some originals.
Wow.
The first day that we were on, there was two days. The finals and the semifinals.
Yeah.
And we played 3 originals, and then we did Liar by Queen.
Wow.
We did Liar by Queen.
Why would you pick that song?
Because it's a killer tune. And we blew them away.
Wow.
And then the next day we played 3 cover tunes. I don't remember what they were, but then we ended with a song called Try and Make Good. That was a great tune also. So
that would have been before even Night at the Opera came out.
Yeah.
From Queen.
Yep,
so that's
yep.
early stuff.
Real
excellent. Early. Hey, speaking of music, let's take a moment here and congratulate the Wolfpack, who are back in action.
Yay.
You guys are back in action, full swing action. You've done a couple of gigs. How's it going with Wolfpack? How's everybody doing? And what you got coming up?
Wolfpack sounds great. We have got, Tammy's not here, so, I guess I can look on my phone. We have the Hard Rock coming up in...
That'll be up on the roof?
That's on the roof.
The rooftop at the Hard Rock.
Rooftop at the Hard Rock. That is in March 5th. But we also have St. Coleman's on February 20th. St. Coleman's Church.
February 20th.
It's a Sunday, February 20th.
Wait, a church. Is that an open thing for people?
Yeah.
Is it like some sort of
like
fundraiser or something? Or a carnival?
It's a carnival. They have it every year.
Oh, good. I hope they have that ride. What is that called? The Vomitron, which is pretty much any ride I go on at these days at my age. I throw up on any ride that I go on. I just can't do rides anymore.
Well, if you can't find a ride that satisfies you, I'll stick my fingers down your throat. Okay?
Well, thank you so much.
Good.
That's what friends do.
Couples therapy, baby.
So yeah, congratulations, you guys. I'm glad to see everybody, made it through COVID and the band stuck together and they're back and they're in action.
And sounding good.
That's just fantastic.
Good. New stuff. Yep, we're doing good.
That's great.
Digging life.
That's great. So you got gigs coming up. I know you're doing some other fill-in stuff for other people. You were talking about putting a project together. Are you ready to talk about that project yet, or is that not quite time
Which one?
for that? Your private project where you were doing like iconic stars.
No, never got that together yet.
It's not together. Okay, so we're going to keep that one in our pockets until that one comes together because I don't want to get everybody excited.
Right.
And
I always wanted to do Led Zeppelin off the record. Have a band and have us do Led Zeppelin songs that are studio cuts instead of a live Led Zeppelin show.
But if you're going to be live doing studio cuts, then won't it be live?
I think.
I'm not. See, try to explain to me what you mean by that.
Okay, all right.
All right.
Most people know Zeppelin from their studio albums. So when they see a band play, it's usually 4 people and they're doing a live Zeppelin show. Well, I would like to get a band together that's got 2 guitars, a keyboard player, and we do Zeppelin versions from the studio album.
Now, are you saying that when we hear Stairway to Heaven, we're not?
When you're going to see a Led Zeppelin tribute band, you're hearing the live version of it.
Okay.
Which is just one guitar.
So you want to
maybe
fill it in
sometimes
like they
keyboards.
do in the studio with all the bells and whistles.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff
just
that.
like it in the studio.
But
Because that's
isn't
what
it the
people
case?
know.
Isn't it the case that sometimes the live versions end up better than studio versions? Case in point, Kiss with "Rock and Roll All Night." The studio version of that song was horrific, but the live version is what everybody knows because it came out better. So does that happen often, or is that rarer that actually works?
That's exactly the opposite of what I'm talking
I
about.
know. I'm saying, but I'm saying
Well,
it's
you
like
look
the
at-
difference between them. I'm trying to draw that line. Now, with other ones, it's like the live version. That's not what I'm used to listening to.
Yeah.
So
right.
I'm saying it's like there's a big difference between studio and.
Well, it depends on what made it. Like you look at Cheap Trick, had live at Budokan. Their songs live were better than the studio cuts.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
You have Frampton. Frampton comes alive. Incredible. But
the majority of them,
Zeppelin-
you're used to their studio because they've got all of those extra things they're putting in there. And
yeah, they did The Song Remains the Same, which was a live album from Zeppelin, but it was just, I'm a total Zeppelin nut, and I didn't care much for Song Remains the Same because it just seemed like it was just thrown out there.
Got you. Well, that'd be much like seeing Monty Python live, which is not as good as seeing it on TV because on TV you could turn it off.
See, that Diane loves Wolfpack.
Oh, Diane loves Wolfpack.
Janet wants me to move the microphone. Okay, how's this? That better? Scott didn't see this. Is that better? She wanted me to move the microphone.
Actually, if you move it up just a hair.
I look much better.
Move it up just there. You go.
Ooh.
You always hide behind the microphone.
I look better when there's a microphone in front of my face.
But you know how to use a microphone. You are a performer. You've been a performer. You came out of the womb singing.
And that's how I know that the microphone looks better in front of my face.
Gary was born, came out and said, "Thanks for being here." Danke Shane, darling. He just came out singing. Right. Came out singing.
I came out as a Wayne. What was it? Who did that? Danke Shane.
Wayne Newton.
Wayne Newton, right.
That's right. That's why he picked it in Gary Wayne, because of Wayne Newton. Many people don't know that. Actually, that's not true. Why did you changed your name? And everybody knows that. Why did you pick Wayne?
It's my middle name. It was my middle name, and that's what my mom named me Gary Wayne, hoping that I would do something in show business and actually change my name. That's what she told me.
Wow,
my mom was a very clever woman.
Now, what's your original name?
Zeiderman.
Yeah. I mean, I guess like Bob Dylan. He was Zimmerman.
Yeah.
Zeiderman. It's just a little too much.
Yeah, Gary Wayne. When I was in Pearl, as Tommy would know, it was Gary Zeiderman. It was Gary from Pearl. That's what my name was.
See, I was surprised you didn't go with like Gary Z.
Angie did. My daughter did. My daughter is Angie Z.
Oh.
Yeah.
She a performer as well?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I know your son sings. I didn't know your daughter sang too.
Oh, my daughter is a singer. She lives in she lives in New Orleans, and she sings in burlesque. She's great.
Wow.
She's really good. She was on American Idol. She made it into the top 40.
I did. Was she on TV?
Yeah, she sure was.
Wow, I'll have to look.
She sure was. We'll play it sometime.
We will. We definitely will.
Yeah, if you look up Angie Zeiderman, American Idol, Zeiderman. If you look up Angie Zeiderman, I'm telling you, you'll love it. Hi, Rick.
Rick Vincent said, "Nice Jewish boy."
That's me. That's me. Rick knows.
And now he thinks he's Batman.
I am Gary Wayne.
Scott says, "Yes, and you met Aerosmith there, Gary Wayne."
That was Yeah, no, well, Angie met Steve Tyler there.
Oh,
He loved her. He said she was great. His quote was,
this is
you're a little tiny girl. You may not have too many feathers in the back, but you sure know how to shake them." Because they did Shake Your Tail Feather. They did this,
oh,
yeah, he was great, man. He said
well, that's
he-
kind of
when they were
insulting in a
going
way.
when they were going to Hollywood, they said, "Well, what do you say? Do you want to go to Hollywood?" And he said, "So yes."
So yes,
He said, "So yes." After seeing her, he said, "So yes."
but he's more like so yes.
Yeah, go watch
so
it.
Yes,
Angie Zeiderman, American Idol. Watch that.
I'm
Still
gonna
on
look it up.
YouTube.
I'm gonna look it up.
Still on YouTube.
I gotta Google it. Gotta Google it. All right. Let me see. You got in the room too.
And you know what they
Since you
did?
got in the room, and you were also on TV. You were on TVs too. Were you standing there or something, or in
Oh,
the?
just for like a quick second, they showed us dancing off. They told us, they said, "Okay, this is what we want you to do. We want you to walk away like you're really excited and jump up and down." It's all a bunch of bullshit. The whole thing.
Oh, did you really set all that up?
Yeah, you know what they did is, if you watch the interview, or you watch, Angie was on from commercial to commercial. They used her whole thing. She auditioned with Blue Bayou.
Okay. Yeah,
So
yeah,
after
yeah.
she sang that, they interviewed her beforehand, and they said, "What, name something crazy that you did?" And she did this thing from La Cage aux Folles, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what they did was they came in during the audition. They said, "Do that crazy thing that you were talking about. We won't judge you on it." So she did it for the judges, and then they took them and they switched them. So it made it look like she was doing that crazy thing for her audition first, and then she sang Blue Bayou.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is so cool. That
Yeah.
is so cool. We have to mention, obviously, we certainly, with our affinity towards music, the passing of the great Meatloaf.
Meatloaf.
I still listen. No disrespect, because I love Bat Out of Hell album. I think it's one of my favorite albums of all time. I thought it was iconic for that time period. It was right there.
Incredible.
It was right there with was Running with the Devil. No, not Running with the Devil. Never mind. I'll think of it in a
You'll
minute.
think of it when you're not thinking of it.
Yeah. But yeah, Meatloaf. I often wondered, at what point did he sit there and say, "I need a stage name"? I mean, did you consider any kind of diner menu items for your name? When you were going to change from Zeiderman, did you sit there and say, "Well, what if I did peas and carrots and went with that as my name?"
Peas and
or
carrots.
Salisbury steak? Maybe that would be good.
Well, I don't know. Meatloaf was a great name for him.
Was it a great
It
name?
was a great name, perfect name for him. I mean, it worked. It worked. I had an agent one time who wanted me to be Teddy Bear. I said no. I was 12 years old at the time too, and I knew at that time Teddy Bear is not going to make it.
Teddy Bear.
Not going to make it. Oh, Tommy says I should have been Rock Casino Hamburger. I should have been Mr. Hamburger. I should Hamburger.
Yeah, just that was your name. First name Ham, last name Burger.
Yep.
Hamburger.
Terry remembers
How about roast beef? Gary roast beef. Roast beef.
Brussels sprouts.
But Meatloaf, somehow Meatloaf, we looked past that. And when we said Meatloaf, we didn't chuckle. We didn't think about the food. We thought about him. And just a sad day, Meatloaf passing. I'm not sure the details surrounding his passing, but a great artist. Once again, another great artist. I mean, we've already lost a handful of people just from New Year's Eve on. Betty White, Sidney Poitier.
Tammy told me somebody else passed away. Oh no, Tammy didn't tell me. Louis Anderson.
Louis Anderson just died yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry, it's not shocking. I mean, all the weight that he carried around with him, and he didn't seem like he was all that healthy most of the time. But yeah, Louis Anderson. It just, when we get a little bit older, you start to see people kind of fall down around you.
Yeah.
But we're also seeing young people dying at an alarming rate. So we're just going to throw this in here now because it seems like an appropriate time. And of course, Gary, myself, Karen, all lost a good friend, Manny, this past week, who lost his battle with addiction.
And he was doing so good.
We were working with him for the last 4 years,
Yeah.
almost 5. And we've had really great times with him, and other times when we thought he was going to kill us. And he was but there was always those moments where you found out. Talk about a teddy bear. He had that teddy bear in him, didn't he?
He would have done anything. He would have stood in front of a bullet for us.
Yeah.
He was really good. And the first time I met him, I thought he was going to kill me. I was scared to death of him. If you go on either one of our web Facebook pages, you'll see a little video of Manny. And at first he was defiant and you couldn't tell him anything. And by the time 2 weeks passed in, he was great. He was just really great.
He was. And again, he lost his battle. And the drugs out there, what's going on in society, it's got to stop. I want you to get involved. I want you to call this number if you want to get involved, if you want to help us make a difference. 786-514-0893. I want you to talk to Karen, our friend, our business partner, our best bud, and she'll help hook you up. You can become trained. You can become an interventionist. You can find other ways to get involved. We have a nonprofit that works with first responders, trying to help first responders with their issues of mental health and addiction, and the suicide rates. We're trying to make a difference. We need you to help do that. We need more people trained on the ground who understand addiction, understand how to intervene, and know how to make a difference. Right now, the number one cause of death for people the ages of 19 to 45 is fentanyl. The number one cause of death. It is past cancer. It is past car accidents. It is past crime. It is past suicide. It is the number one cause of death. And it's it's ridiculous that we watch this go on. And let me tell you, everyone who's ever overdosed, everyone who has ever needlessly died from alcoholism or drug addiction, anyone who's ever committed suicide behind their mental health disorder, somebody knew they were struggling and they didn't know what to do. We need to change that. We need so everybody knows what to do. They know who to call and they know how to get help. And we can make this different, can't we, Gary?
Yeah, I mean, you said it all. It's depressing. And people need help, and they could get it. And there are so many different ways that they can. There are so many different arenas that they could go into. To die because of an overdose is just it's just a waste. And I've gone through finding out about so many people. There was at the treatment center that I'm at every week that I work at. We do these videos where you're telling yourself not to use, and you put in pictures of people that love you, as you're so you leave the treatment center. A week later, you have a trigger. So you pull out your phone, you hit a link, and there's a video of you telling yourself not to use, music behind it, and pictures, right? We'll show you one of them sometime. This one person made this wonderful video. She wrote a letter to her addiction, and she read it in the studio at work. We put music behind it, put pictures on it. A week later, I'm going through the videos and I'm looking, and there's no views on it. She's not watching it. She's not watching it. 2 weeks later, she overdosed. Use the tools. Use the tools. Use the tools. If there's a possibility or a chance that you could die from doing a drug, then get away from them.
Yeah.
It's possible. He did it. I did it. It's possible.
Anybody out there can change their lives. All they got to do is have a possibility of having something different, a possibility of having something better. And we can supply that. All of you out there who have lost somebody or who want to make a difference, all we got to do is supply the hope and the possibility and be there for them, and we can change the world. atceducation.com, you can get us more information. But if you want to really get involved, give Karen a call, 786-514-0893. Now, moving on, Gary.
Custom Karen says easier said than done. Yeah, it's easier said than done. So if you need help, do it. Get help.
I also want to express my condolences, Gary and I, and the whole Live Out Loud family to Karen, who lost her father a few weeks ago. And we know that's a very difficult situation to go through. We love you. We're here for supporting you and anything that you need, but we are sorry about the loss of your father. Okay. So Cyril's saying she loves the idea of talking about subconscious mind with those videos. She, so Cyril works with us in the treatment industry and helping people. And so she loves what you're doing with the videos, Gary. And it's a great way to rewire your brain is by having yourself rewire your brain.
Yeah.
It's a very good look.
I mean, you become your own sponsor.
Yeah.
It's just a great way of stopping.
I mean, there's so many people out there. And Teresa chiming in from up north, addiction is an evil, evil monster, and it really is. And, we love you too, Karen. We do. But Teresa's right. The addiction is evil. But it's defeatable.
Yeah.
It's defeatable with love and hope and faith. And that's what it's defeatable by. It's not the kind of thing where we got to go out there with bombs and guns and fight a war. They tried a war on drugs. It didn't work. It's got to be is a war on apathy. When you see somebody is suffering, help them, get them help. I don't care if they may hate you for doing it, but they'll love you later because they'll be alive.
Yeah. In the long run, they will thank you for it.
So Gary Wayne, you and I have been doing this show for 3 years. We've known each other for 4 years. We've been doing this show for 3 years. We've had times on and off. Again, we're entering a new era. Bill McClinton, my man, is there. He said, comedy is a better addiction. That is a true story, Bill. Comedy and music, much better addictions to have than drugs.
Well, it's up to you. You guys are you telling people
unless the comedy is Monty Python, then it's a problem. But anything else is fine.
Yeah, and if you have no sense of humor and you don't get Monty Python, it's yeah. Are you guys telling people about this? We're trying to grow here.
Kevin,
Hi, Kevin.
We got a lot of people joining us that usually don't. Kevin, thanks for joining us. I'm going to tell you right now, folks, write this down. We'll send out notifications. We'll send out different things, but we will no longer be on the air on Saturdays.
And Edie's on.
Oh, is Edie with us?
Edie's on.
Edie just woke up. Good morning, Edie.
Well, you don't have to worry about next time because from now on, we are not on Saturdays.
We are moving to Monday nights at 7:00 on Monday nights. And we will be on from 7 to 8 every other Monday. And our first show is starting on February 7th. We're taking a break, retooling, getting things ready. Starting February 7th, the new Live Out Loud on a new night. Every other Monday night. It may turn into every Monday night pretty quick.
Can you hit that calendar for a second? I just want to see if that bill is the bill I'm thinking of.
Get rid of that.
That's your bill.
That's my bill. It's Bill McClinton.
Oh, okay.
It's my bill. So we will be Monday nights from 7 to 8. We talked to you guys before. Everybody kind of agreed. Monday nights, most of the time we stay home.
Yeah, you guys did say Monday night. Hey, listen, I have a little bit of a head cold, so you tell them all about. I'm going to blow my nose. I'll be back.
He's going to blow his. Take your headphones off. We'll end up with Gary on the floor here.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Oh, but anyway, so that's what we're going to be doing. I hope that's. David says that's his canasta night. Oh no, you have to listen to us while you're playing canasta. And Rick Vincent is telling us he'll be able to watch more. That's great. My mom is giving a shout out to Bill. I also want to let everybody know that I've decided to do something different. I am trying to find more of my creative side. I still spend a lot of time working on music, and I do put some things out on Facebook now and then. Be kind. I'm just having fun. I'm not a professional musician, never planned to be one, but I really enjoy just playing guitar and having some fun and singing. And so I'll put that out there on Facebook, and I appreciate all the kind comments. But I've started doing art now. I've always thought about doing painting and doing having fun with that kind of stuff, and I never really had a chance to really do it. And
It looks great. You want this?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
I don't. Thank you. Did you pick that just for me?
Okay. Let's talk about your artwork. Your artwork sounds
Gary's
great.
a big booger. So anyway, so I started doing art, and I started working with acrylics. And this is, I'm going to show it to you. This is my world premiere. People may have seen it on Facebook already, but I'm just going to show everybody. This is my first work of art that I've ever done. First time ever painting.
Inspired by Edie.
And it's not a picture of Edie. No, it's not.
No, inspired, not the picture. No.
I was inspired by two people. I was inspired by Edie because we watched Edie go from, these great works of art to doing monthly shows and working it with art places. What the hell are they called?
What's that?
Where they sell art.
You're asking the wrong person.
What are they
called? I can't draw a
called?
stick figure.
Oh my God, I can't even think of what they're called.
Galleries.
Thank you. She's working with galleries, and she's doing that. So anyway, I was inspired by her. I was inspired by my mom, who took up painting during COVID. She's always been artistic, but she never painted. She took up painting during COVID, and now she's doing these beautiful portraits. She's doing portraits of people's pets and getting commissions to do people's pets, because she does such a great job at the expressions and of the animals. So anyway, guys, thank you for the nice comments. I appreciate that.
Thank you very much.
I'm doing a rock and roll series.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, everybody kicked in with gallery. I know I missed the word gallery. I'm sorry.
That's your mom's. It's her job to correct you.
Yeah, I know.
Look at that. I'm Elvis.
There we go. We're back. I'm doing an iconic rock star series, and my first one had to be Elvis. To me, the most iconic rock star of all time. And then I will be I'll be doing Jim Morrison. I tried last week. I started a Tom Petty, and he ended up looking like Sloth from the Goonies. Hey, you guys! It really didn't work. I was not in the mood, but I am in the mood this weekend. I'm going to be watching football, painting a little bit, having some fun.
I think you should do a self-portrait.
Well,
with long hair.
I want to do one of you and me. I want to do one like that style, that pop art style that I kind of work in. I want to do.
Did you do that one?
The logo.
This one here?
Down here in the bottom corner, right here. This little logo that we have down here. Well, nobody knows my mouse, but the bottom right hand corner. The Gary and I did that, but that was like, Photoshop work that I was doing. It wasn't drawing or painting.
Oh, well, that's pretty good. I think you should do a self-portrait with long hair.
I don't have long hair.
See what it looks like. I'm telling you, it'll
so
look
David
good.
says, how about painting of Gary Wayne? I've already considered that, David, and he will be on my rock star wall for sure. Yes. I prefer to do Gary Zeiderman, but he doesn't perform anymore, so now I got to do Gary Wayne. Unless Salisbury Steak comes back around.
Edie's gonna paint me a you know what? You might want to think about this too.
Karen offered that I could sell my paintings at her store.
Wow.
That was Karen. That's very nice.
That's very nice.
That's very nice. I don't have enough to sell. I could sell my body, but who's got change for a quarter these days?
Well, that's the perfect thing to sell at a costume store.
I couldn't sell my body to science fiction right now. I'm going to tell you. Yeah.
Edie's making a guitar strap for me. She's putting together. I guess she has these things to where she can paint all different kinds of things, but she painted this guitar strap. I said, wow, that's really great. So
that's neat.
Yeah, the guitar strap. It's
that would be really cool. I can't wait to see that.
Yeah.
Rick Vincent says Ray Charles.
Ray Charles.
Now, is he saying Ray Charles would like the way my stuff looks, or is he saying I should paint Ray Charles?
Oh, yeah. Now he's going to say, is that wrong?
No, it's not wrong. I mean, you know.
Thanks, David. David Bourne says, I'm a rock star.
I paint so bad I make Ray Charles flinch. That's wrong.
That's
That
wrong.
one's wrong. I know that. I know that. We're not even getting to our therapy yet.
That's right. Let's get to our therapy.
You know, Gary, you're a rock star. David told you you're a
David
rock
said
star.
that. I just thanked him for it.
Okay.
All right, let's do therapy.
Now, this therapy, like I said, Gary and I have been together for a while. So I'm going to ask some basic therapeutic questions. We're both going to kind of write down our answer. Then we'll see if we're compatible with having the same answer.
Okay.
You know, with those kind of things. Okay. All right. First question, Gary. Are you ready? Just write down like a 1-word or 2-word answer.
Oh, okay.
And that way we know that you wrote it down, and that way we're not changing.
You could do this too.
Okay. You guys could do this. Or if you have a therapy question you want to ask Gary and I that we have to answer, we'll do it.
Yes, you know that
We'll do it.
Whatever we answer, you do the opposite. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. If someone gave you $1 million, what would you do with it?
What would I do with it?
Yeah.
1 word?
Well, just basically, what would you do with it? I wrote mine down.
Okay.
All right. So my answer, I would split it. I would take half of it and immediately split it amongst all my family.
Uh-huh.
And the other half, I'd buy a house, a different house.
Ah.
That's my answer. What's your answer?
Spend half, invest half.
Okay, so we're not far off on that one.
No, because
I think those are compatible answers. Okay. By the way, my niece Haley has jumped in.
Hi, Haley.
Yeah. Oh, she's doing some therapy and stuff too. Oh, good. Good. Everybody's in therapy now. Okay. Let's see. Next one. If you can go anywhere in the world right now, where would you go?
Janet said that she would buy an island. Janet, if you only had $1 million, your island would be that big.
All right. What's your answer?
The bathroom. What's your answer?
It ain't the bathroom. Imagine, poof, we're both in there together. Move over. Connecticut.
Why?
Because I'd see my daughter and my granddaughter.
Oh, okay. That's
so I go anywhere in the world, I'd go with them.
Is Cordy in Connecticut?
Cordy's in Pennsylvania,
but
okay. I think she's moving back to Connecticut sometime soon. Yeah. All right. So
okay.
Really the bathroom? You've got temptation out there in the world somewhere, and your first answer wouldn't be to be by her side.
I'm always by her side. Well, I'm not always by her side.
Not when you're in the bathroom, you're not. I know that about Tammy. I know that.
No, I always want to be by her. That goes without saying. We were talking about that last night. We just always like to be with each other. It doesn't matter where we are. All right, I'm getting mushy again.
All right, here we go again. Here we go. What is your favorite movie to watch over and over again?
Okay.
Answer.
Cousin Vinny.
My Cousin Vinny?
Yeah.
That's actually not bad.
Yeah.
It's what the hell are Utes? What the hell is a Ute?
I should have said Ruddles.
Mine is Jaws.
Really?
I don't know why. I love the movie Jaws. I watch it over and over and over again. I watch it backwards too. If you watch the movie Jaws backwards, it becomes this great movie about a deserted island, and this big fish shows up and starts throwing up people. And sooner or later, there's so many people, they have to open the beaches.
We've got Scott Jonas said Goodfellas.
Goodfellas, yeah.
Good movies.
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest from Edie. That's a great film, by the way.
That's a great film.
Nurse Ratched. Okay. So let's see. Another one.
Oh, Rick agreed with me. Cousin Vinny. Okay, again. Or maybe Jaws.
What is the number one item on your bucket list? You may have a ton of items, but what is the biggest item on your bucket list? Okay, what do you got?
I want to see Love by the Beatles in Vegas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Mine's skydiving.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wait. Let me add something. And landing.
Safely.
I want to be
You
specific.
can land even if the parachute doesn't. You want to land safely.
Anybody can skydive once.
Yeah, right.
Takes skill to skydive twice. You got to have a landing. All right.
What did he say? Drop the phone.
Drop from a plane like Tammy did.
Tammy did that. Tammy skydived.
She skydove?
Skydived.
Skydove?
Yes, she did.
Is it
Yes, she did.
skydived or skydove?
Skydived.
Skydived. Did
Yeah,
it?
I think
Dived
it's
it.
skydived.
Okay. All right.
Let's see
Excellent.
if she what she says about that. Right?
Are you calling her during our show?
Yeah, during our show. People
Okay.
want to.
This is one. What do you mean I can't go on? We're doing couple therapy, and you're going to stop and make a phone call. This is why we need therapy, folks. This is why, because he doesn't even listen to me anymore. He doesn't care.
Hello.
You see, there's Tammy.
Tammy, you're on the air.
Tammy, you're on the air.
Hi, guys.
Are you watching?
Yes, I'm very curious about this therapy session.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
He forgot why he called you. He just forgot why he
tell
called
you
you.
that it was couples therapy, and even that, and that we don't need couples therapy.
You went skydiving.
You went. Oh yeah, that's right. You went skydiving.
Yes.
How was it?
I went in tandem.
Oh, okay. All right. Was it cool?
It was really cool. It was the craziest, scariest few seconds jumping out of that plane. But yeah, I'm glad I did it. I will never do it again. There's no need. Seriously. But I also went hang gliding where I ran off the top of a mountain, which was crazy too. But you only live once.
And I'm glad she got all of this out of her system before we got together.
Yeah, I'm done with all that. So, okay.
Okay.
Well, Terry
thank you,
says hi,
Tammy.
Tammy.
Oh, hi, Terry. All right, I'll be listening.
All right, I love
All right,
you,
bye,
baby.
Tammy.
Love you too. Bye-bye.
Okay.
You see, now you have firsthand information.
Okay.
Okay.
What is the favorite thing about yourself? What is your favorite thing about yourself? Got it.
Oh, you're gonna hate this answer.
All right, my first one, mine's going to be my humor. I think it's my favorite thing about myself is that I can usually keep a really good sense of humor, even in hard times. I can just find ways to just be okay and make it funny and have good humor. So that's kind of like that's one of my greatest skills, I think, or greatest things about myself. How about you?
You know something? That's yeah. I mean, you got that down.
Okay. And
Yeah.
what is your favorite thing about you?
Well,
Your long hair?
I just know it's not your long hair. Just let me explain this first.
Oh,
I got an album that's coming. I'm working on putting together like an album, okay? And I'm gonna name it the what is it? The tie of TAI, the tie of the Teo, or you know that word that I'm looking for?
not even close.
The Teo
No.
of Winnie the Pooh, or the tie of Pooh or something. It's just a philosophy, right? And I'm going to name it the tie. I don't know how to pronounce that word. I wish I did.
The Tao.
The Tao. Okay,
Tao.
thank you.
Yeah.
You. That's what I like about you. The Tao of John and Paul. Okay, because Paul just loved Linda.
Yeah.
John loved Yoko.
I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry.
He did.
It's an whenever I hear
comes
her
down
name,
to
I
it-
just involuntarily
Hey,
regurge.
Billy's on. Billy, we're going to tell everybody about Packies tonight. Billy, I'm playing with Billy tonight.
Billy apparently is doing his Fat Albert because he said, "Hey,
Hey,
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 hey." All right.
Okay, the favorite thing about me,
Yeah.
this is going to make most people vomit, is Tammy. That's my favorite thing about me.
Good answer. He's just trying to make up for the bathroom answer that he'd rather be in the bathroom than by her side.
No, it's just that there's got to be something
Okay.
about me
Okay.
that that makes her
Okay, see, now
like-
there's where we have some discord in our relationship, is that Tammy defines too much of you. So that's why we're having discord. I want all of Gary. I can't just have part of Gary.
I'm speechless.
Yeah,
I have nothing.
what do you
I
think?
don't know what to say.
Okay.
Oh God! By the way, I'm wearing this mask like I'm trying to be good, and I'm wearing this mask, and it's down below my mouth, which is just stupid. But we're far enough apart
All right.
where you won't catch my cold. I know it's a cold, folks.
Okay, one last therapy question.
Yes.
One last therapy question. What is your biggest pet peeve?
Oh, we did a whole show on that.
Yeah, but I need to know your biggest pet peeve.
My biggest pet peeve. Wow. Okay.
Okay. Should I say mine?
Yep.
My biggest pet peeve is people who are late or me being late. Either one. They're a tie. Me being late for something is just as peevy as somebody else being late. I hate lateness.
Oh, why are you still with me then?
This is where, do you see what we're figuring out here?
There you go.
Because I tell Gary we're doing a show at noon, and he shows up at 30 seconds before noon.
But that's not late.
That's not actually, you haven't been doing that though. You've been coming earlier.
I've been coming earlier.
I don't know what to do. He's here at 11:30. I'm like, I can't talk to you. The air, we're not on the air.
I was here about a half hour early today, and we just sat in quiet.
You were almost 40 minutes
We
early.
were just
Wow. All right. So what do you get?
McDonald's or any fast food that takes 20 minutes to get.
It just wait. Okay. Let me see. You're upset about how fast it comes out?
No, how slow it comes out. Because
Oh.
if I'm going to eat that shit, I'm eating it for a reason. I'm in a hurry.
Don't you want the illusion that they're actually cooking something back there instead of it's been sitting under a heat lamp for the last 4 hours waiting for you to order it?
When I'm really hungry and I'm stopping there in the first place, I don't care. I just want to shove something down my neck and do it quickly. So I'll pull into a McDonald's or a Burger King or something else to that effect. And then what happens is
Teresa, she thinks our relationship is doomed.
you go into a Burger King or a McDonald's and only the drive-thru is open. So they have to wait on one customer at a time, and it takes 20 minutes for that car to leave.
It's still short. It's still fast compared to regular restaurants.
If you watch the movie The Founder, McDonald's started off with getting a full order out within 15 seconds. That's where the idea of fast food comes. McDonald's, Burger King, Chick-fil-A is the only one that will get food out fast. And that's why they're so popular. But I don't like their whole philosophy about gay. But
And you don't like it when they put cheese on your burger, do they?
no, and drive-thrus, they always do.
My niece, Haley, says she waited 30 minutes for our food at McDonald's last night.
Right?
30 minutes?
30 minutes. And you're sitting in a drive-thru.
That should be enough time for it to run through your brain. This is what I'm waiting for.
I need to get out of here.
It ain't meat. It ain't potato. It's well, it's no longer fast food, but we could say it's moderately speed food.
Right. And you've already paid for it.
It's a moderate
right?
speed food. Edie's saying McDonald's is really fast. So, and everybody hates cold fries. I mean, there's all sorts of comments going on out there. But anyway, I can't believe you go to McDonald's. What do you order when you go to McDonald's?
Most likely a hamburger and an order of fries.
What do you get to drink?
A Diet Coke, light ice.
I like that. I'll have 2 Big Macs, 2 large fries, an apple pie, and a quarter Diet Coke because that'll balance it all out. That Diet Coke will balance it all out. How about these people that pull up to McDonald's and they stare at the menu?
Yeah, right.
It's McDonald's.
What will
McDonald's. If you got to study the menu at McDonald's, it's like, come on. We already know what they have. You know what they have. What does that guy say? Get out of the line. All right.
Yeah, or they'll say that. You don't know what you want? You don't know what you want before you walk in the door?
Yeah. What do you go there for? You get the Big Mac. 12 beef patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun.
I never heard that.
You never heard that?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay. These are the things I remember. I can't remember what I was supposed to do at work yesterday, but I remember that song from when I was a kid. 12 beef patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun.
Billy sent me a song list for tonight. Billy, you still on? Or did you leave?
Edie
already?
has just told on David he's actually got a McDonald's app. There's actually an app. Wow. David, she told on you. The Hamburglar comes out on your phone and says, "What would you like?" Yeah.
They send you a free apple pie. Oh, hey, Billy's still here. I love it when they ask you if you want a free apple pie. I mean, not a free apple pie. Would you like an apple pie with that order?
No.
He says, no. If I wanted an apple pie, I would have asked for an apple pie.
And by the way, is Ronald McDonald not the creepiest thing ever?
Yeah, I think that's why they took him off.
It's like the pedophile clown from the 70s. I mean, come on.
That big old smile.
Yeah, that was
Big old
he was
smile.
creepy. He was creepy. All right.
Bill, the set list looks great. Thank you.
I was just singing the All Beef Patty song. Billy was just singing the same song I was doing. To all beef patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles. All right, moving on. How about some curiosities? Will we throw some curiosities in the show, Gary?
Curiosities. Well,
You've got some notes there on your therapy.
I've got some notes on therapy.
Please.
That the reason that I said, Tammy was the best thing about me. These are some of the things that I've found. Don't be afraid to change, okay? Because anybody can change. What appears to be the end can be a new beginning.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, that's true with about anything. When things stop working in your life, don't just look at it as the end. Look at it as time to start something new.
Yeah, if it's a
transition
great
point.
foundation to build on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
All right.
And at the beginning of a relationship, I had these abandonment issues, and she put up with them and helped me do whatever changes I needed, which was great. And we did the therapy. Never ruin an apology with an excuse. If you have an apology, make the apology. To come up with excuses is just make the apology.
An apology with an excuse attached to it is not an apology.
Yeah.
It just becomes fully an excuse. I'm really sorry I yelled at you because you made me so mad. That's not an apology. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
You could say you made me so mad, and that's why I yelled, but that's not the reason. Just accept my apology.
Just say I'm sorry I yelled. Stop there.
Right.
Every time you get the word "but" in there, anything that follows a "but" is a pretty crappy thing.
No, I follow Tammy's butt quite often. The more you invest in your marriage,
That's exactly what I was saying.
The more you invest in your marriage or your relationship, the more valuable it becomes. Okay.
Okay.
A relationship never dies a natural death. A relationship never dies a natural death. It's murdered by ego, attitude, and ignorance.
And sometimes by Snapple with some antifreeze in it.
That also works.
I watched Investigation Discovery. Okay. Sometimes it's murdered by that.
See, because now love, this is a great song lyric. Thought about that after. Love is like the wind. You can't see it, but you can feel it. So if you feel it, don't fight the feeling. Okay.
Wow.
A successful relationship requires.
So that's almost like love is like a fart. You can't see it, but you can smell it.
That's right.
It's the same kind of thought, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
It falls in that same category.
That's why the song "Love Stinks" came out.
Yeah, right. That's brilliant. Okay, a successful relationship requires falling in love many times with the same person.
That I agree with.
If you are not in love with somebody, it will happen. Took me 60 years for it to happen to me. Okay. So if you are watching this and going or feeling depressed about it, it will happen. There is somebody. It will happen.
I got to say, my new friend Heather has joined us. She was in one of our trainings the other day. What a great woman! She works really hard, helping people with issues of suicide and other things that are going on. Heather, you are brilliant. Thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. And she really just enjoyed my fart joke.
So did Billy. Billy said, "So it looks like love is like a fart in the wind." Got it. No, farts go away. Love stays. Or if it's real love, it stays.
Love is a rose. Love is a rose, and you better not pick it. That's actually a country song.
Love is your nose, and you never better not pick it.
No, a rose.
No, a nose. It's a nose. It's a nose. But if you are, listen, there's ways. If you, this is important. If you are home and you are not dating anybody, not seeing anybody, or you kind of like it. Pete Moran says love is a sacrifice. That's right. It is a sacrifice.
And in some cultures, you actually bring them up to the top of the volcano to sacrifice your love.
You never know what tomorrow brings. Okay. You could meet somebody tomorrow. You could meet, and if you see no way of meeting somebody, there's church. There's
we talk about meeting somebody.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something about meeting somebody. Don't do things that you don't do to meet somebody. Live your life, and in the course of your life, look around and see who aligns with the things that you do. Don't go to singles bars looking for somebody if you don't hang out in bars. Don't go to certain places just because you want to meet somebody if you don't. Run your life, because what you'll find is somebody who's in line with your life. You met the love of your life, Tammy, not because you went out of your way to meet somebody, but because you were living your life and she was living her life, and they crossed paths
through a friend.
And that's why. But
through
it did,
a friend.
But it crossed paths because she liked being where you were too.
Yeah.
And that's why you guys immediately connected. Finding that, trying to force yourself to fit in with somebody is never the good way to start. You've got to start from a place of live your life. The right people will gravitate towards you. And not all relationships are love relationships. It's friendships too. These are just as important. We need friends. I've got a lot of friends in my life, thank God, because you guys are all awesome. Most of you guys are out here right now. And new friends that I have, like Heather and Cheryl, and these people that I've just started working with and getting to know. And these are people that I could just talk to and go and do things with. Doesn't always have to be about love. And if don't make it about love, and love will find you.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, I do. That's great. And if you meet somebody, it doesn't necessarily mean if you have an infatuation or an attraction to somebody, it doesn't mean that it's going to end up that way. And somebody knows who I'm talking about.
One of the best relationships in my life is the guy sitting next to me, as being one of my best friends ever. And I met him only because I was doing what I do, and he showed up to do the same thing. And in, I think, 1 hour of knowing each other, we basically said, for some reason, we're just going to be friends. We just knew it. And look where we are now, years later. We're sitting next to each other. He's snotting and sneezing, and I'm making wisecracks. And this is what we do. This is us. This is us.
I don't think I'll meet anyone at Quinn's house. That is Teresa.
Oh yeah.
And then LOL after it.
You know why? Because Quinn is her granddaughter. And so going to Quinn's house is going to her family's house. And that's not, listen, going to family house or family reunions, not the place to meet love. Just saying. Just saying.
Hey, you could be standing in line at Starbucks. Sometime it's going to happen. Sometime it's going to happen.
And one of the greatest blessings in my life is to have Teresa as one of my best friends in the world too. And
that's incredible. That is a wonderful, wonderful thing.
She is, she's remarkable. And I'm grateful every day that we are in a place that we're at now, where we can be best friends, and I'm always going to care about her with all my heart. And so many other people out there just that have come into my life, and because of what we do together too.
Yep.
And thank you guys all for joining us. This kind of thing about connecting with people, this is what we're all about: helping people, connecting with people, making the world a better place. Don't sit around and wait for somebody else to make the world a better place. Get off your ass and go do it yourself.
Yeah, I mean, loving people is not, it's not just one person that you love. You end up loving a lot of people. Like Pete Moran is on here.
Love is like
and he's been
oxygen, he says.
Yeah, he's been my friend. I love Pete. He's been my friend for 25, 30 years.
Have I met Pete?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Pete runs sound for us.
Oh, Pete. Oh, I'm sorry. I was thinking about. Okay, never mind.
But he's my brother. He's my
Pete. I'm sorry. I apologize, man. I see you all the time, and I just.
Well, right now you're a name on the board.
Yeah. I didn't know your last name.
But we can't see your picture.
I didn't know it was Moran.
Curiosities.
It's time.
It's time for curiosities, but also, folks, what we said about addiction earlier is very important. You know, somebody who needs help, call the number. If you want to be able to help people, call the number. If you want to get together and learn a great way of helping somebody, call that number. It's very, very important. Don't lose somebody that you love.
786-514-0893, or you can go to atceducation.com and learn more about us. You could also go to the Addiction Training Center on Facebook, or hook up with Gary and I on Live Out Loud Facebook page, or go to our private pages and find us. Listen, Gary and I are out there. We're easy to find. If you want to talk to one of us, then reach out. But it's time we all get together and do something and make this world a better place, a safer place, and stop losing these people that we love so much.
Okay,
right?
Just before you do that, I got a question from somebody. It says, what do you do? What do you do if nothing makes you happy anymore? You find your passion. You find something that you like to do, or you talk to somebody. You vent. You go to a church. You go find a therapist.
Yeah.
There is always somebody to talk to. There are suicide hotlines. There are churches. You don't have to be religious to talk to somebody at church. There's always somebody to talk to. You could go on a dating site and just meet somebody and talk to them for the evening. There's always somebody to talk to.
Yeah.
There's always somebody to talk to.
But Gary, you said something.
But you got to listen to them. If they have good advice, you got to go with the advice you do.
If you're not feeling happy, that's something wrong inside of you. The journey has got to be inward to figure out, what is it that I need to make me happy? What is it that I want to do? What is it that I used to dream of when I was a kid? And finding new ways to express yourself and stuff, right? I mean, we're always in our journey to find new things to light us up and make us feel good. So you got to look inside.
Yeah, there might be a depression issue.
Yeah.
And if there's a depression issue and you can't find something that makes you happy, then you need to talk to someone. You need to talk to someone.
For God's sake, don't turn to alcohol and drugs for comfort. Do not turn to alcohol and drugs for comfort. Listen, there's people out there that can drink safely. I get it. That's fine. I don't think alcohol is evil. But if you're using it because you have to use it to change your mood or to make you something that you're not, it's time to stop. Hey, you got to be able to do that yourself.
I was depressed. I had a major depression issue, and I would stay in the corner of my apartments, sleeping, crying, letting whatever hair is on my face grow, not showering. Depression is a big problem, and you just need to talk to somebody. I don't care who it is, whether it's going into anywhere that just finding somebody that will listen. And a lot of time, depression, you don't want to make that effort. Well, you got to force yourself to make that effort. Make that effort.
Reach out.
It's better than the alternative.
Reach out. Find music that lights you up too, by the way. Music is a great way. You're feeling a little bad, sometimes putting on some happy music, put on some Beatles, put on some Beach Boys. Try to be sad when you're listening to the Beach Boys. It's almost impossible.
Barbie Girl is his favorite.
Come on, Barbie. Let's go party.
That's his happy song.
It works.
Oh, I'm sorry, everyone.
All right. Time for Scott's Curiosity. All right, time for Scott's Curiosities. This is a chance when I get to get all those crazy little thoughts that kind of bang around in my head and kind of get them out. And I write them down, and then I share them with you good people. And, it just kind of keeps me from going a little bit crazy. So Let me share some of these with you. First of all, you know how people say nothing is impossible? Everybody's like, nothing is impossible. Nothing is impossible.
I never say
That's
that.
not true because I do nothing all the time and it is possible. I'm just telling you.
There you go.
I'm just proving it. You know, I have to say that I'm not always like at the top of my game. So I'm not always superstitious, but I am sometimes just a little stitious. But I can't always be superstitious. Can I be moderately stitious?
I'm sorry. Wait, hold on. I'm just reading this thing that Billy wrote, and it does say that there are sometimes that
Sometimes people who can no longer feel happiness, regardless of the situation or who they talk to, need chemical help. There are prescription drugs that can make a big difference. Totally agree with you. What I want to tell you now, go and see a doctor and work with a doctor. It should not be your first go-to is to medication, but it is sometimes necessary to have medication. But you do that through a doctor. Don't self-medicate, please. All right. Very important. Very important. Okay. Let's see. Okay. So I'm not superstitious. I'm a little stitious. Okay. That one kind of like died there. All right. I was
All right, say that for the second one again. I'm sorry. I was reading what Billy said.
Well, I'm not superstitious. I'm just kind of stitious. I can't be super at everything. So I'm not superstitious. I'm just a little stitious.
Oh, I thought that was a choice. It was soup or stitious.
Oh, never mind.
Okay.
Okay. I'm not a procrastinator because I've decided to procrastinate right now. I decided to put off till tomorrow what I could do today, but I'm doing it. So that really means I'm not a procrastinator because I'm procrastinating now. If I was a procrastinator, I'd wait until tomorrow to procrastinate.
Well, I'm not a procrastinator, but
I play one on TV.
But well, I'll tell you later.
This is the show. You share it on the show. It's like I got something funny, but I'm not going to tell any of the other people. This
I'm
is just
procrastinating.
You're Oh,
I thought that's
totally
what you were
missed
laughing
that.
at.
I totally missed
thought
that.
You got that.
Right over my head. So sorry. Okay. Sometimes I wake up grumpy, and other times I just let her sleep. I'm kidding. It's just me. When life gives you melons, you just might be dyslexic. Is that wrong? All the dyslexic people out there trying to figure out if they're damn at me or not.
Well,
mad.
yeah.
Okay. If life gives you melons, you just might be dyslexic. I swear.
Oh, my dog. I can't believe you said
Well, that's what the agnostic, dyslexic, insomniac stayed up all night wondering if there's really a dog.
Well, let me add to that by saying I am dyslexic, and the way that I overcame it was I just said on.
That's good. That's good. Okay. Do you realize you want to know why our weeks are so hard? Like our weekdays are so hard?
Why?
Because after Tuesday, the calendar actually says WTF.
WTF.
What the?
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, but you get through Monday, you survive Tuesday, and then all of a sudden the calendar just like WTF, man. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, WTF.
Oh, okay. I wasn't getting that. I wasn't getting that. Just paying you back for
we are
not
missing
getting
each
my
other.
other thing.
No, we are missing each other. Like this is therapy. I think it's throwing us out of whack.
We need the therapy. Right?
I think it's throwing us out of whack. Okay. Well,
that's because we only matched one thing.
I used to be really indecisive, but now I'm not sure. I was thinking about it the other day. I used to be really indecisive, but I'm just not sure now.
Oh, well.
Okay. All right. We all have about 2 minutes to live. Everyone. We got about 2 minutes to live. But what happens is every time you take a breath, you reset the clock. Think about it.
Think about it. There that is. There it is. Think about it.
Well, it's 2 minutes to live, but every time you take a breath, you reset the clock. So you get another 2 minutes. Life is short, people.
There it is.
Life is short.
Think about it.
Last one. I've decided to change my name.
An aw.
Why? Oh, for the last one?
For the last one.
instead of yay.
When I came in early, Scott was feverishly writing.
I was writing things down
Thinking
because I wasn't
and
prepared because I was
feverishly
prepared.
writing.
I was prepared for our therapy. I wasn't prepared for. Anyway, this is one that I've been saving.
Okay.
I'm changing my Facebook page to nobody. Instead of Scott, I'm going to be nobody on Facebook from now on. Because if somebody posts something I don't like, I'll click the like button and it'll pop up and say, nobody likes this.
Oh, clever. Clever. That's
what I'm
clever,
gonna
isn't
do.
it? Isn't that clever?
That's what I'm going to do. Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of the show. We've actually gone over a little bit, but it's always fun to do that, especially with so many people out there watching and listening. I want to thank everybody out there, Karen and David and Janet and Heather and Cheryl and Sandy and Karen and Billy and Peter and the list go.
Oh, John. I didn't even know John was on. My brother was on.
John was on?
I tried calling you, John. We wanted to put you on this week.
Yeah, he says he came on late, but John, you can watch the reruns, the replays of this. All you people out there, everybody, if I missed anything, Bill McClenthan, Edie, David, as always, you guys, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate this. And again, I want you to mark your calendars, watch. We will send out alerts. We'll send out like little things, reminders that starting on February 7th, we're going to take a break. We're going to get things tuned up. We're going to change our intros. It's a whole new Live Out Loud, but it's still just Gary and I doing our thing.
Right. And tell people about it. Let's gather the masses.
It's time for us. And remember, the message is always the same. We want you to laugh. We want you to have fun. We want you to be a part of our family and join us. But more importantly, we want everybody to have awareness that not everybody out there is laughing tonight or today. Not everybody out there is feeling freedom today. There are people that are in the bondage of addiction, the bondage of mental health, of depression, of all of those things, who are on the edge, who need our help. And it's not time to sit back and wait. It's not time for us to say it's somebody else's problem. It's all of our problems. And that's what we want you guys to walk away with. Most importantly, please know that Gary and I do this because we've been blessed to enjoy our lives. And they're not perfect lives. Not everything goes our way. And Gary drives a Prius, for crying out loud. I mean, it's not wonderful. But
oh yeah, I'm keeping it in right now. I'm keeping it in.
You're keeping it in.
My comeback is great, but I'm keeping it in.
Go ahead. Where's my car? Where's my car?
No, I'm keeping
my
it
car's
in.
got one wheel in the junkyard right now.
I am keeping it in.
It's on life support.
I'll tell you, I'm procrastinating. We're going to be at Packy's tonight. Come see us tonight. I'm just filling in. I was lucky enough to have Billy ask me. I'm honored enough to have Billy ask me that I get to play on stage with him tonight. So we'll be at Packy's tonight at 8:00.
Excellent. Share this with your friends. Please make sure you like us and stay tuned. Starting again, February 7th, Monday night, 7:00. We are moving to Monday nights at 7:00 starting February 7th. We're going to take 2 weeks off. We're going to get ourselves organized, and we'll see you then. We expect to see all of you then. In the meantime, go live, go sing, go dance, go paint, go do whatever lights you up, but have fun doing it. Find your passion. For now, I'm Scott.
I'm Gary.
We want to thank you for joining us. We'll catch you next time right here on Live Out Loud Podcast.
Be nice to people.